Hey guys, welcome back to Knife Review. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing the brand new Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight. So first off, we're actually going to talk about price. And this knife actually only costs $91, and that is by far Spyderco's cheapest compression locker knife. The value of this knife is truly impressive. So, this knife is going to have a FRN handle instead of a G10 handle like the original, and it's also going to have a CTS BD1N blade, which is going to be very different from the S30V steel that's going to be found on the original Para 3. So here we have the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight, and let's actually bring in the original Spyderco. So here is going to be the original Spyderco Para 3, and as you guys can see, all the dimensions are basically identical. Both are going to have the same 3-inch blade, and the blade is actually going to be interchangeable, so if you want to put the blade and switch around, you definitely can do that. But the biggest difference here, of course, is going to be the handle. This Para 3 Lightweight is going to have the FRN handle, and the original is going to have a very nice G10 handle. And personally, the G10 handle is way better. As far as weight goes, the brand new Para 3 Lightweight is going to only weigh 2.40 ounces, and the original is going to weigh 3.40 ounces. So the original is going to be a full ounce heavier than the Lightweight. This video isn't going to be a full comparison of these two knives. If you guys want to see that though, leave me a comment asking me to make that video, and I might just make it. So today we're going to be mostly taking a look here at the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight. So like I said, the knife is going to share the exact same dimensions as the original Para 3, and it's going to feel very good in the hand, but the handle is going to feel a little bit not so good, of course, as the G10. You're not going to get nearly as good grip, and it's also not going to have a nice liner like the original Para 3 is going to have, and not having that liner is going to help make this knife nice and lightweight. So it's going to feel pretty decent in the hand. You're going to get a nice purchase here with the nice jimping here on the edge of the blade here, and it's also going to be very sharp. And for another quick size comparison, we have the Benchmade bailouts here to give you guys a quick little size and weight comparison of these two knives. This Benchmade bail is actually only going to weigh around 2 ounces, so this is actually going to be about 0.4 ounces heavier than the Benchmade bail. But the Benchmade bail is actually going to carry in the pocket a lot better because it's going to have a much smaller overall profile in the pocket, and it's going to be really good. And personally, I really do like this Benchmade bail, but I thought I'd do a quick little size comparison here to give you guys a good idea of these two knives. Of course, that Benchmade bail is going to run you about $50 more than this Para 3, which is actually kind of ridiculous. Something that I really like on the Para 3 Lightweight is going to be the deep carry wire pocket clip. It's actually going to be really nice. It's really easy to just attach it to your pocket, and it's also going to be much more practical than the non-deep carry pocket clip here on the original. So it's going to sit in your pocket a lot better here. It's going to make much better use of the extra material here at the end, where the original Para 3 Lightweight is going to have this huge lanyard hole in the way. Here on the Lightweight version, we're going to get this nice deep carry pocket clip, and it's just going to be much more practical than the clip here on the original. So that's really nice, and I'm glad that Spyderco decided to do that. I also really like the weight of this knife. It's really not going to weigh down your pants at all. It's just going to feel really good, and that extra ounce actually really does make a difference as far as overall comfort, and it's not going to feel as prevalent in the pocket. It's just going to feel really good, and I'm glad that Spyderco did make a lightweight version of the Para 3. And I also really like the fact that this actually only costs $10 more than the Delica. Now I'm not sure if that means that the Delica is just way overpriced right now, or if this is a just really good value considering it's only $10 more than the Delica. But either way, very good price and a very solid knife. But for $91, there definitely are going to be some downsides. And the first and probably biggest downside here is going to be the fact that all the finishes on this knife just really aren't as premium as you'd expect on a original Para 3. So things like the Spyderco hole right here is actually going to be pretty sharp. It's not sharp enough to cut you, but it's not going to feel very good on the fingers when flicking it open, and just not going to feel very finished. You're going to have to, use some sandpaper and finish it yourself. It just feels very sharp where you're just not going to get those imperfections on a original Para 3. Also, things like just the handles of this knife are actually going to feel pretty sharp and almost sharp enough to cut you. Here on the FRN handle, it's just not going to feel very good. It just feels very sharp and just very not smooth and nice, and that's something that I really dislike about this knife. But again, considering the fact that it is $90, I don't feel too bad about just sanding this knife down myself and making it the way I want it. Though it would be nice if Spyderco did this right out of the factory, because it is going to be made in USA, but it definitely seems like they don't take quite as good care of the knife and the finishing process as they would on an original G10 Para 3. So that is definitely something to note. You can carry the Para 3 lightweight, tip up carry only, which is what most people definitely prefer. We're not going to have the ability to tip up or tip down carry like we could with the original Para 3. Here we can see we can do this tip up or tip down. That's just going to be something that you lose here with the lightweight version. Again, that's nothing too crazy and I don't care too much, but it's definitely something to note. The deployment on this knife is going to be very good and the compression lockage is very nice and very smooth. You gotta break it in probably a couple hundred times of opening it up and closing it to really feel the best, but just going to feel very good after not long at all, and it doesn't take long to break in, and I really like compression lock knives. And as far as the blade goes, I really don't have a ton of experience with this new steel. It's going to be very new for Spyderco. From what I've heard, it's going to be a little bit worse overall than the S30V steel found on the original Para 3, but the S30V steel is going to be more expensive to produce, and I believe it's also going to be a little bit heavier, and that's why Spyderco decided to go with this CTS BD1N steel, because the steel is going to help the knife overall be a little bit lighter, and it's also going to be very good and affordable for Spyderco to make. And personally, I have no problems with this steel. It's going to be very sharp, and so far it's held up its edge very well for me, and again, definitely no complaints with that. It's good to go. Overall, I really do like this knife. I think the price point of $91 is absolutely killer. I think this might be a Spyderco Delica killer, honestly, just because why would anyone want a Spyderco Delica if you could pick up this beautiful knife with a compression locker? I really do like it. I wish Spyderco did, spend more attention to keeping the knife not sharp, and I wish they spent more time polishing it and just making it perfect right out of the box. But again, it's $91. You can't really expect too much from it, but I think overall it is a fantastic knife, and I definitely recommend you guys check this knife out, and I will leave a link in the description down below where you guys can check out this knife on Amazon, and again, the price tag should be around $91. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to my YouTube channel. But again, that's all I got for you guys in this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.